Dennis Tripp. I'm silver chip number 578. I'm an alcoholic from Greenville, North Carolina. I arrived at Healing Place on Thanksgiving Day 2010. I had been called James all my life. When I arrived here and I was in the shelter, they started calling me Dennis by my first name. And I looked around, I said, I didn't bother to correct them because I didn't plan on being here any longer than about 2 weeks. So needless to say, almost 8 years later, they're still calling me Dennis. So I came through the program. First had to do a 30-day overnight contract because I wasn't a Wake County resident. And I came through the program. About the 6-week or 2-month mark is finally when I decided that this program was really going to benefit me. I started to notice the change in my thinking and my perception of the world and perception of myself mainly. As I kept managing my way through the program, I become a peer mentor. While I was here, or before I got here, I'd had a total of 5 DWIs, and the last 2 were habitual, and they were pending in court. And to be honest with you, that was probably the motivating factor that got me here initially. So with the 2 habitual DWIs, I eventually, after I finished this program, after being here for 13 months, I had to go to court and face the wreckage of my past, so to speak, and the judge sentenced me to a year in prison. I went to prison all of 2012. The entire time I was in prison, the other clients here and staff corresponded with me. We wrote back and forth, letters back and forth. It kind of kept me abreast on what was going on and kind of kept me entrenched in recovery, so to speak. When I was paroled from prison, I returned here to ceremoniously complete this program, because to finish this program in its entirety, you have to have a job and be self-sufficient and a safe place to live, and that was impossible for me to acquire with the charges I had pending over me before I went to prison. So I came back here to ceremoniously complete the program, and I returned to the planning room to do another tour as a peer mentor. This job came open called the planning room supervisor, and I was asked to apply for it. I applied for it, and they hired me, and I've been working here since July the 1st of 2013. To tell you what all transpired and to explain it all is beyond anything I can tell you. There were some very dark moments where I didn't know what the future held for me, and I just stayed the course and followed what my sponsor suggested, just trusting my higher power and work the steps, and that's kind of how I proceeded, through these moments. Just to explain some, I've been a paratrooper in the Army. I've done a lot of dangerous stuff, but one of the scariest days of my life was about 2 weeks left on my prison sentence, and being a 50-year-old man with no driver's license, I never knew what the future would hold for me. And as I was looking around at the prison, it dawned on me that at least this was a safe place to stay. At least I had something to eat, somewhere to sleep. And it's very scary when you think of prison being one of the most viable options in your life. And that was really the scariest moment I've probably ever had. Just working the steps, continuing to work the steps and staying in recovery. As I said earlier, I was employed here. Now I'm the on-site property manager at Job's Journey, which is a sober living environment with 2 apartment buildings. I attend Wake Community College. This is my 5th semester of going to college. I'm earning a degree in substance abuse, human services, and mental health. And so it just would not have been possible without the program, the Healing Place program, without the support and everything that I've gotten from this organization. And for that, I'm truly and eternally grateful.